Hello, my name is Doug McWilliams, and I'm the author of The Evolution of Love: How a New Paradigm Frees Us from Fear So We Can Love Openly. Um, and this book really takes the whole paradigm of how we think about love, what it means to love, how we express it, and just turns the whole thing upside down. It's not about commitment and marriage. I would never ask someone to marry me, certainly not someone I cared about, because people I care about and I love, like friends and family, I want them to be happy. To the extent that if they're not happy with me, I have to let them go and love them just the same. So I know it's revolutionary, and I know it's going to stir up a lot of debate, anger. How dare I? But look, I share it because I've reached a point in my life where I have no fear of love, to fall madly in love, to express it, to say it, and 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 I know I can't be hurt. No one can hurt me. Not because my heart is made of stone. No, I am ready to love. Everyone is deserving and worthy of love. It's not some special, finite resource that we need to protect. No need to protect your heart. Let it go. So I'm sorry that it challenges the existing, conventional wisdom and conventional practice. It's not for everyone. We're all free to think and pursue love in the ways we want, but I'm sharing it because I think it's going to resonate with a lot of people. And whether they agree with my ultimate conclusions or not, my insights about psychology, how our brain works, the chemistry and science of love are going to help people understand themselves better so that there's less guilt, less confusion, and this will improve the quality of people's relationships. This book has the potential to change the world, and that's why, how dare I charge money? I want to help people. I want to make a better world. So I've made it available at the lowest price possible through Amazon Kindle, 99 cents. And just what I want to talk about here is the reason ultimately that I can turn this paradigm upside down comes down to how our brain works and the structure and thus our psychology. Um, each of us has, well, the brain is complex, or the most complex thing in the universe. But there are three basic regions of our brain. There is the most primitive part of our brain, and there are different, sub areas of these three main regions. But this is the reptilian brain. Okay, the most primitive brain, and it's called the reptilian brain because it's essentially the same structure that birds, reptiles, and fish have, and it is responsible for life's most basic functions, which makes sense: fight or flight, fear, hunger, and the mating instinct. When we fall in love, that's what it is. It's primitive and it's powerful. It's essential to keep this cycle of life going. But we're not simple animals anymore. Our brains have evolved a whole beautiful region of the cerebral cortex, which is not uniquely human, but it's just the most developed part of our brain. And within that region are the areas that make us uniquely human, areas of conscience and so forth. Um, the primitive reptilian brain is selfish, and it tells us, that's mine, I want to possess. It's fearful and it's greedy. There's no need to feel guilt for that. Religion for so long, Christianity has conditioned us to vilify those animal, primitive desires, and by carrying that guilt, it's not healthy for our psychology. Recognize it's natural. You're going to fall in love with people who are inappropriate to pursue. And one of the points I make is the existing kind of paradigm that certainly that we've been raised under is when you fall in love, that's the one you're meant to be with. And because it's such a powerful feeling. And so from this logic, we have lots of people that pursue inappropriate relationships because they fell in love. Teacher falls in love with a student who's 13 years old and can justify, well, I'm in love, so it must be okay. Not okay. Or you fell in love with my neighbor's wife. Well, we're in love, so it's okay. Not okay. Um, and we're going to fall in love many times in our life. It's nothing to feel guilty for. You can love your partner very much, and you're still going to fall in love with someone else. Recognize it doesn't mean you're going to be happy with that other person, because we are complex creatures. For reptiles, snakes, and armadillos, they don't have to consider personality, values, sense of humor. conversation skills. When they see a mate that's suitable, it's reflexive, and they can pursue it. It's not so simple for us, so we have to acknowledge our nature and say, well, just because I fell in love, that's one small piece of a much larger puzzle to say whether we're going to be a good fit together for any amount of time, let alone a lifetime. And again, this there's two concepts of love. I really, clarify here that I think we all kind of know, but because the word love is applied to means different things to different people. So I define primitive love, romantic love, falling in love, being in love, the emotion, the reflex, the increased heart rate, the obsession. I call it primitive love. It comes from our primitive brain. It's great. It's fun. It's powerful. But we need to decide what's the best part of human nature. Is it our selfish, primitive, which again, that is the one that turns destructive. If it doesn't work out, well, now I hate you. Now I vilify you. We're enemies now. So that's not good. If we don't have this other concept of love clear and have it present in our relationships, then we don't have much. I shudder and I cringe at stories of men and women who, the story is, well, I saw them, it was love at first sight, and we got married a week later. Well, and good luck to you. I hope that worked out. But that is a needle in a haystack chance that that's going to be happy for any amount of time. And I don't judge them. I'm not making fun of that. People have been led to believe that's how nature works. That's certainly kind of what I thought, even in my 20s and early 30s, waiting for someone to light me up like that and think, well, that's the one. And based on that, common conventional wisdom, I went out and got crushed. And for a girl I hardly knew, and the things that I knew about her, I had to be honest and say, well, she's not probably a good fit for me anyway. So that was really a big, the lessons I've learned that I put into this book have been gathered over years and years of dating, and my internalizing, constantly thinking, what did I do wrong? What could I have done differently? How could I have maybe broken up it better so that I didn't hurt these girls that I would get involved with? And that's what motivated me to write this book. I came to a point in my life I was tired of always feeling like a bad guy for breaking up with someone. And one of the points I make is there's no good guy, bad girl for breaking up. It's not a crime to break up with someone. You deserve to be happy in a meaningful, fulfilling, fun relationship. And to find that, you're going to have to try some different people in life. And so that's how I can back it up. That's why the paradigm is upside down. Marriage and commitment comes from our most primitive parts of ourself. And we're not primitive animals any longer. I call it the evolution of love. Our concept needs to be updated. I say love is evolved love anyway, is less of the emotion, the selfishness, and more of the thought love. And it's the deepest level of caring about another person. You can only reach that level through time, getting to know them, getting to respect and understand, and ultimately to care about them. It's when you care so much about that person that they feel like they are part of you. It's the love you have for your family, your friends. It's unconditional. And as much as you love their company, enjoy being with them, want to be with them, what supersedes that and what's more important is you want them to be happy. If they're happier by themselves or with someone else for any reason, if you cannot let them go, still have that caring for them, you haven't reached that ultimate evolved love. You're letting that selfish love rule the day. So this book is about, mastering our fear, breaking so that we're not slaves to our emotions, so that we're not madly in love. Our logic and reason is still present, so it's not so scary. This lack of understanding and confusion of love leads people to heartbreak and ultimately to fear love. There's a lot of love left on the fields of life. I want to break it down. We are here to love and to connect, and everyone is worthy of your love, of that evolved love. And you can't love the wrong person. So I mean, it's really, I think it's an important book at a time when our species is not doing so hot. We have to mature big time, and how could I not share this book? How could I not help people understand my perspective, which is unique, that breaks the fear of love? We've got to, if we're gonna have a better world, we've got to learn to love not just our partner better, but our neighbors and the world around us. And this book tackles all those subjects. So share it, read it. It's short. It's like 100. Done different versions, about 150 pages. I just bullet pointed these things. I said what I wanted to say, based it up with science, my own experience of years of dating and relationships. I think it's potent. I hope it helps you. Please subscribe to the channel and help me spread the word. Let's go big. All right. Thank you. Have a good day.